was had a spot on the new extension leaderboard, so people can now officially submit their time. Fun fact, I think just yesterday, Mini-Boss RTA became the most ran category on the extension leaderboard. Actually surpassed 100 missile RTA.
Okay, so Fiesel told me to boost my microphone again. I'm really sorry if it's too loud now. Does it sound okay?
I think you didn't really get louder.
I boosted it by 50% this time.
Go for the 100, I believe in you.
Okay, Fiesel says it's good.
Alright, if Fiesel says it's good, then it's good. And we're off here. Feral, please.
So, do you know if either of these use Moonfall? Doesn't look like it, right?
Nope. I mean, this is pretty much the only Moonfall. Oh wait, sorry, that's not true. That's one of 2 Moonfalls in this category that are beneficial. So if they wouldn't have used it here, that would have been quite the unfortunate here.
Yeah. I usually like to go back and watch runs for these tournaments, but I just haven't had time. So I don't really know anything about either of these 2 runners.
I'm honestly not even sure who Belthasar faced in the first round. We know both of them are in the 0-1 bracket of the Swiss round.
Mm-hmm.
Mako lost against you,
Yep.
so kind of an irony you having here commentary. But with the progress of this tournament, matchups are going to get a lot closer. So we're going to see about this. Now, the thing I wonder about most is what route the runners are going to take. Because for Mini-Boss RTA, there are actually 2 viable routes, which are guessed to be almost equally fast.
Really?
Yeah. So
I was thinking about that a lot the last few days, about which one would be quicker. And I just couldn't figure it out.
So I think the majority of the runners of Mini-Boss RTA so far has used the Varia route, which is kind of like an Ultra GT code hybrid with Super Smoothie at the end.
Yep.
Whereas some also have used the Gravity Suit route, which just does a giant detour at the start, but then saves the slow Super Smoothie at the end.
Yeah, and it also saves them from needing grapple.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Gravity route has actually won more races, hasn't it? At least prior to the tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know the current fastest time of the tournament and on like the fastest time in general is both Varia route. But then again, we haven't had too many Mini-Boss RTA races. Well, we had a decent amount, but not like a hell lot of them.
So Mako showing off the Behemoth climb. I always like the way that looks.
I just feel like ledge grappling in general looks really clean in comparison to like, well, more or less simple wall jumps.
I don't think we've seen the static climb yet, have we?
What's the static climb?
Oh, the static climb is just like the Behemoth climb, but they skip like every other platform.
Oh.
By jumping and doing a down grab.
Oh, I think I know that one. That one looks really good.
Topsy does it every now and then. Good fight by Belthasar.
Yeah. Really good drops too.
That was also a good fight by Mako.
Yeah.
Those are some really good missile drops.
So this first part is going to be the same for them, regardless of what route they end up taking. They're going to get the early supers just like normally and then head straight to Spore Spawn. Usually, unless you get like an extra missile pack in Green Brinstar, you want at least one missile drop here to get through the key hunters pre-Spore Spawn quickly and still have 3 supers left for an easy 2 round on Spore Spawn itself. But we're going to see how quick the runners are going to take the Spore Spawn here.
Now for Mini Boss, do you think in this Pirate Shaft you think it's better to do the new route strat where you kill every single one and save the health?
That's actually a really good question because I do the new route strat myself. It kind of has a downside and an upside. The upside is that if you're full on elf in this segment here, and you get 1 health drop, like by this waiver here, then you have an almost guaranteed missile drop on the way to spore spawn.
Yep.
But you lose a few seconds on that. If you do the damage method, you might just not get a single missile drop, which is going to lose you a ton of time in the pre-spore spawn room. But you're going to save the seconds in the missile pirate in the pirate room. So it's kind of a gamble, really, honestly. Both can be equally fast.
So it looks like Mako's a little behind right now. Spore Spawn could equalize this. I think even just adding an extra round on Belthasar's side would even out the times. And Spore Spawn's actually really hard to do optimally.
Yeah, the 2 rounds with supers isn't too bad, but yet not free. And I think 1 extra round is like 20 seconds, so it's definitely a reasonable amount. We see Mako actually here with really good missile drops, so he won't need to do extra farming unlike Belthasar.
Yeah.
Alright, so the way this 2 round is supposed to work ideally is to get 2 supers in the first round.
And he got none.
Oh, and also wasted free, so that's gonna cost him a lot of time. So you want to get 2 in the first round, and then finish off with a super and a missile in the second round. That's like the easiest way to do this. Belthasar getting here a missile and a super in the second round. We're going to see if Mako is going to be able to get up some time here. Gets 2 supers in, very nice.
Yeah.
Well set up for a 2 round.
So, how much health does Spore Spawn have? 700? 800?
No.
900? I don't know.
I think it's 1,000.
1,000?
Yeah,
Take
300
plasma then? Because I saw in a run yesterday that someone, it was Cerberoth, just like single shot Spore Spawn down with plasma.
Okay. It's apparently 960, but he doesn't actually take double damage by Spore Spawn by plasma, just double damage by charge shot.
Oh,
that's like kind of a safety mechanic because you can get charge beam earlier, and apparently the fight was too hard to do it like that. And Mako actually made up the time on Belthasar here.
Yeah, I think Belthasar, what was that, a 4 round? Still pretty good considering that little mishap during that first round.
I mean, 960 and 1000 doesn't make a difference if you only use missiles and supers anyways, but yeah. Oh, and they're pretty neck to neck right now, that's awesome.
Look how close these 2 runners are.
Both getting an extra missile pack here. The optimal minimum you can do this with, I think, is 5 and 15. I'm not sure if 5 and 10 would be faster, but I don't think it is. So every extra missile pack they take from here on now is really just extra safety. Would make an eventual Spazer skip a lot easier. And look at the sync right now.
So what do they use Spazer for? Bot win?
Well, you don't really need Spazer for anything. Ideally, you won't have to use it on any bosses. It just makes navigating through crates there and Norfa easier without using ammo.
Okay.
If you do the very route, of course. But it looks like both of them are going to do that. Both morphing here, going down, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Spazer, but I get criticized for it a lot as well, so not going to expand to that on that too much.
You do you, punk. You're awesome.
Yeah, right? Thank you. Can give that right back, but looks like Belthasar is... oh, Mako
Both
too.
of them.
Awesome.
Yes.
Getting Spazer. So literally doesn't matter if skipping space is faster or not, because right now they're getting it, both of them.
I feel like it would really just only help with Bot Wound. Doing that fight suitless and trying to land all those supers. It seems like a nightmare.
Suitless is actually a good point. I totally forgot about that. Theoretically, Spacer also helps with Suitless just because you need less ice shots to freeze the enemies.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
right.
you don't lose any time if you don't have it doing it optimally, but I think fishes take like 11 only ice shots and crabs like 7, as opposed to like 5 and 4 with Spacer, so that's quite a lot. You have to compensate some of that with missiles too, so it's quite a bit rougher.
You can tell I'm not very knowledgeable in this category.
I mean, that's fair.
This is the one that I refuse to learn for this tournament.
That's the reason we have a veto system in this. And I think you're still 2-0, right? But didn't you have your second match yet?
Yeah, I had dab both times.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, see. You just veto a mini-boss RTA all night long. Nice quick kill by Belthasar. Don't think I've seen that deviation of the missile strat yet. Oh, and Mako a little bit too late on the supers there.
Hopefully Kraid's nice and he opens up real quick.
Oh yeah, very quick actually.
Almost too quick. I don't think Mako was prepared.
Right. There you go. One more missile. And he's down.
Nice job, Mako. I feel like as speedrunners, we often forget how to fight Kraid normally. And when you miss the Kraid quick kill, the fight has a tendency to go really, really badly.
Absolutely agree. Considering all the stuff you can get, like I think you can only get like 2 E-tanks before the fight as a casual. Like 1 reserve tank, this fight is actually not super easy for a casual perspective.
Finding it is super hard casually.
Oh right, yeah, absolutely agree. Then again, I've seen some casual playthroughs with Suitless Meridia or Charge Beam Skip for the entire run, so...
yeah, definitely not blind
possible.
runs.
Yeah.
Alright, so as a safety, they're probably both going to pick up 3 E-tanks.
Might even pick up a 4th one at Crocomire. I've seen runs with 2, I've seen runs with 4. Definitely a lot of variation in the safeties you can get.
The one at Croc loses you only the fanfare time, so you have to wait for him to die anyways.
Yeah, right.
So why wouldn't you pick it up?
We also had some deaths in mini-boss RTA so far, so it's especially in the later part, going to Suitless Meridia. The enemies in Meridia hit quite a lot, and before that you had the reverse lava dive, and all that stuff, so getting low on energy there is actually not a rarity.
So how much health do you need for the reverse lava dive? I know you can safely do it with 2 E-tanks.
Oh yes.
Going in, but I'm not sure about out because you don't get that nice little bounce ball.
So for lava dive in, I think the minimum with high jump is like 145. And I think it's actually the same for reverse lava dive. You have less distance to cover, but you also don't have as much momentum because you go steep in and can't get like a bounce ball. So 2 is fine for each.
I like Mako's strat there, avoiding those extra missiles at the top. Nice business center.
And actually Belthasar not getting speed booster, that surprises me. Because commonly you would get speed booster in this. Definitely saves some time in the grapple beam segment, and also mostly on the Norfair escape, getting the fast extrants rather than having to go around.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bomb your way out of the screw attack room. You're gonna have to bomb your way up to grapple.
Right.
And then
I
you're
totally
gonna have
forgot about
to bomb your way up out of the grapple escape. That area right under Business Center with the green gate.
Yeah. Or even worse, go the normal way to Bubble Mountain.
Oof.
In reverse.
Yeah. I think that's way slower than just bomb jumping out.
Belthasar might also do the revolutionary no speed booster, no grapple beam round, which is pretty hard and almost doesn't save any time.
How would you do? Oh, you'd have to crab climb in Everest.
Yep, exactly.
No one wants to do that except for Kojak.
I did some testing on it, and if it saves time, it's going to be a few seconds for a way harder run, so I would recommend it.
It was a really clean fight by Belthasar.
Yeah, very little swipes too, and looks like he is going to go for that fourth energy tank here.
Alright. Mako's looking good. 10 and 5.
Real-time attack... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Real-time attack does stand... RTA does stand for real-time attack. In the context of Super Metroid, it's just generally used as a term for you don't have to finish the game and you start on Zebes and not on Ceres.
Thank you for explaining that. Alright. Nice third try, gate glitch. How many do they have to do in this run? 2?
Depends.
Depends.
Two minimum. The one at GT and the one right there that Mako did. Optionally, depending on the route on Norfair Escape, a third one if they want to go like reversed spike hallway past the Nutella refill to escape Norfair.
Okay, yeah.
Which might be what we see Belthasar do, because he cannot do the speed escape.
Yeah. I really like the croc fight. It's like tug of war.
I feel like starting an IBJ out of high jump is impossible. But Belthasar proves me wrong.
Really? I feel like it's so much harder without high jump.
Really? Alright, that's interesting. And of course, commentator's curse. Belthasar missed the last bomb there. And Mako also getting the fourth E-tank. So both set up for a really safe lava dive here. Well, as safe as lava dive can be, I suppose.
Which way is he? Okay, he's just gonna go right back out the door. I thought maybe he would go up. Oh, nice wall jump.
I'm pretty sure the lower route is only faster because it has less door transitions, otherwise the upper route would be faster.
Yeah. The upper route's a lot more fun to do.
That is absolutely true.
Speed booster. Like the height of the jumps are just the OK hand emote. It feels real good.
Though I gotta say, I'm a really big fan of the mock ball out of grapple beam if you have speed booster.
Do you like this little high five they have at the farming spot?
Amazing. Oh, and Belthasar going for the safety save before lava dive. Not a bad choice. We had a few runners die to that multiple times already.
You can feel really confident with it, but all it takes is just like one messed up wall jump.
Yeah,
and you're in trouble.
They have 4 E-tanks, so even if they would mess up like the last wall jump and don't get hit by an Nami flame, they still have like an extra attempt or two, but as soon as that Nami flame hits you, you're pretty much just guaranteed to die.
And then the panic factor when you miss it.
Right.
You're like,
absolutely.
Oh shoot.
Panic is nothing to underestimate in this game, which is why I feel like panic is the reason a lot of people don't really get comfortable with RBO. because it's the panic
Constant
factor really
damage.
kicks in.
Yeah. Alright, Belthasar going for the lava dive.
Going setupless here. But nice job despawning those Namihe flames there to the right. It's
How much
usually
do
what
those
you want
do?
to aim for.
100 damage?
It should be accurate, yeah.
Okay, Belthasar, remain calm and cool. Even
He
though you're
still
in
has one of
lava,
them.
I know.
Yeah. He's good, just needs to hit this wall jump. If he falls now, he's dead. But he nails it.
That wall jump is actually pretty difficult to do because of the slow turnaround animation.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people wall jump too early just because of what you said, the slow turnaround animation, and then miss it and fall down. Just because it is basically an underwater wall jump, at least in terms of animation speed. It's just like really hard to get used to, especially if you want to go fast. Again, this panic factor kicks in there again.
Mako's on his way to the lava dive now.
Belthasar has 10 attempts for the upcoming Green Gate glitch. He did safety save after the lava dive, so hopefully won't require that save. And gets it fair try.
Nice job. Farming these supers really quick for the upcoming GT fight.
We might see another refill here for the fight. Just for
I
safety.
really hope we do. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Mako's going for the bounce ball strat. It's not as optimal as like jumping in and morphing mid-jump. But if you get flush with the orange door and then just roll in and continue holding left, it's still a lot quicker than just running in.
Another thing is that the jumping in method doesn't work with Speed Booster, because for whatever reason Speed Booster kills your momentum in lava. So just rolling in there is actually faster than pausing the equipping speed, then doing the bounce ball with jump and then re-equipping it.
So Belthasar missed getting those supers above GT before the fight started. I think that's going to slow down this fight just a little bit.
Getting good drops though. Mako with an excellent lava dive now, heading towards his Green Gate clutch.
Can you imagine how tough this fight would be if there wasn't this cheese spot right at his front foot? Alright, Mako coming up on the GGG.
Belthasar getting decent drops here should be done after this round.
You know, I wonder if you could come up with a pretty good setup using that power bomb to induce lag.
Oh, yeah. I think I know one or two runners that actually do that.
Really?
Yeah, laying the power bomb to induce lag, giving you a higher frame window for the GGG.
So Mako's... It looks like his positioning is good. The inputs are just a little off.
Yeah. This is still a one frame window trick. Unfortunately misses it, so we'll have to reset.
Luckily the save is just right there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Belthasar is going to have to bomb jump out.
Yeah. With Speed Booster, you could either Shine Spark just up from the GT room or do a setup from the room to the right with Screw Attack, which Belthasar did pick up. Don't see... I want to say it's like 50-50 of people picking it up and people skipping it. It doesn't really give you a lot anymore, especially since it becomes completely useless as soon as you hit Suitless Meridia.
Yep, and that's their next target, is Meridia.
It can help you for escaping Warfare, definitely.
Could make farming these a little easier, so you don't have to waste power bombs.
Belthasar with the second try, Green Gate intended glitch. Oh, and he's actually going for the power bomb black. Oh, well, actually no. I thought he would use that, but looks like he just wanted to farm the guys there.
His positioning looks great. The way his cannon lines up with the lines on the gate.
There
I
we
remember seeing that with, I think, Stray, and when I saw that, like, doing the green gate glitch became so much easier.
So there we got the infamous reverse lava dive, only featured in A+ quality categories, which would be a total of 2.
So he only used 110 energy there to get out, which answers one of my questions from earlier: how much health do you need to do the reverse?
Yeah, it's a little bit less than normal one. Oh, and there we go, Belthasar with that third optional blue gate glitch, since he skipped speed booster earlier. Oh, and Mako here, getting GT a little bit out of control, but he has a lot of health. You should be able to get him into his corner. There we go. Very nice.
GT trying to sit on him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Cracks me up.
That actually deals so much damage. You wouldn't expect the chosen statue sitting on you deal more damage than like Ridley, but... No, that's a little bit exaggerated, but it still deals a decent amount. Oh, and really good drops too. That's really good supers here.
It's also the only enemy that will throw your projectiles back at you.
I always loved that feature though. That was such a cool idea. Like especially casuals, really use a lot more ammo than charge shots. And like seeing like the most effective weapon you had just being thrown back at you is just so amazing.
And regular missiles are pretty much worthless against this guy because he just like phases on a 2D space and they go right by him.
Right.
He's like Neo from the Matrix.
Right, that's also pretty cool. Like this is the only boss that uses a 3D space in the 2D game. Oh, and the super drops. These are such good drops right now. Usually, it's like sometimes you only get like 2 or 3 per cycle, but he just really nails it here. Good job.
Nice job, Mako. I liked his movement to reposition GT at the very beginning.
Yeah, it's really gotta give props to Mako there. A lot of people like to, again, this speedrunning factor again, like really go fast on that and just hurry up on the positioning, and they sometimes miss it, and then getting instantly damaged or getting into the positioning where you can get hit by the supers. Like it's really good to take your time there, which Mako did, and it really paid out for him. Alright, and Belthasar now coming up on Suitless Meridian. Gonna be starting off with a really cool gravity jump here. Hopefully. Looks like he's a little bit far to the left, but could be able to correct. Oh no, unfortunately missed it. So if you wonder why Belthasar just jumps so incredibly high, the reason for gravity jumps working like this is that if you start the jump and you jump in air, you have a really high base speed. And jumping underwater usually has a pretty low base speed. But on the other hand, the deceleration of the speed is a lot slower underwater than it is in air. So it combines the high base speed of the jump at first, which is in air, and then the low deceleration of the jump speed as soon as you hit the water, which is the second frame of the jump, which is why Samus jumps insanely high.
That was a clean reverse lava dive by Mako. Good job. Here I think we have the worst part of Underwater Meridia.
I agree.
This friggin' fish.
Yeah, that fish has cost me like minutes on RVO PvE basis, and that's why. So it may look like he should have gotten that down grab there, but as you could have seen right there, that hitbox is just, well, a box, and does not align at all with the actual sprite of the fish.
Mako having a pretty quick escape out of Norfair, thanks to Speed Booster. Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna forget ice.
Alright. It's really interesting that Belthasar doesn't extend his grapple here, but getting around pretty well.
For me, I feel like it's easier if you don't extend your grapple. For those.
Oh, right, yeah. You can do a really cool. You can actually skip some of these grapple blocks, make it like in 3 swings. If you do it like really well, it looks really impressive. But this is also really fast, so Belthasar now almost done, getting up to his final boss, one grapple jump away, killing the snails. Very nice.
Snails, so it looks like he's going to do a grapple jump up top.
Yeah, I think we can agree.
Snail climb.
I think we can agree that these snails are absolutely horrible.
Yeah. If you enter Shack Tool from the wrong door, these snails make like a great noise. Yeah, only seen in door randos.
There you have it.
I don't know if you've seen those, but man, the noises that these snails make, it's so good.
Alright,
oh, it looks like Mako's a bit too far to the left as well.
Yeah, notices it and corrects it right away. Belthasar now done with the gravity jump. We'll need to do one more ice clip and then he's in Bottoon's chamber. Timer, for those of you who don't know, mini-boss RTA is gonna be done as soon as the death flag for the final mini-boss is set, which is conveniently enough right when the music stops or when the drops spawn. Mako a little bit too far to the right there with that fish.
Alright, nice job, Belthasar.
Yeah, finishing first place with a time of 31:59. GG to Belthasar, winning this race here.
Mako's not too far behind.
And this actually gives Belthasar rank 8 on the Hall of Fame for fastest race time.
Oh,
so
nice.
Good job on that.
A link to that.
I don't know. Maybe Feral has a link for the Hall of Fame.
I got bumped down a bit.
Thankfully, these I always forget their name. These balloon thingies are there, levitating Samus up. Are these? No, how are these called? It always looks so adorable.
I'm doing a quick goog. Let you know in a second.
Thank you.
Powamps.
Oh right.
Or
yeah.
Powamps.
Yeah. Oh, and okay. You should be fine from here on. You can just take the grapple block to the top left. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And Belthasar's comment on SRL, who came up with Spore Spawn anyway. And I think he tried to make an evil smiley, but it just SRL apparently hates emotes if they're not well scripted.
I think there's actually a paste bin somewhere that has the names of all the developers who did the bosses. So we could actually answer that if someone could find that paste bin.
Well, Belthasar would have someone to blame. Mako going for the safety save here. Not a bad choice, as Bottoon does inflict a decent amount of damage if you don't have gravity. Even with gravity, honestly. And he has very low ammo as well, so we'll need a lot of charge shots.
How much does Spazer Ice and Charge do? Do you know? It's like 180 maybe?
I really don't know. I'm sorry. Looking like he gets a very clean first try grapple jump though. So definitely gaining some time over Belthasar there.
Makes it look easy. Really hope he remembers to de-equip grapple so he doesn't instantly kill this Metroid.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Alright, playing it safe here. Not carrying the Metroid over life, which would take 2 hits from his side.
Oh no.
Alright. Just needs to... There we go. Good job. Oh, and looks like you were right. Mako did veto dab.
Nice.
We now have official confirmation. Oh, and Mako actually really needs to be careful here. You can only take 1 more spike hit, acid hit, since
I think
acid deals 50 damage.
Morphine in that corner is a safe spot against everything, right?
I think there's actually 1 hole that bottom can spawn out where you actually still get hit, but yeah, otherwise you're very, very safe in that corner.
Ooh. Please be careful. Alright.
Alright.
Good job, Mako.
Finishing in second with a time of 37:23. Good job to him. And yeah, that was a really good, really clean mini-boss RTA race.
Yeah, this was fun to watch.
I
like these shorter categories.
If you want to find even more amazing categories off the mainstream, go visit the Super Metroid extension leaderboard. But yeah, we have 1 more Super Metroid match tonight at 9 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2. We have Stump versus Toasty Muffins, and that's all the Super Metroid today. Not a lot, but there are a lot of more matches coming up in the following days, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, Becky, it was such a pleasure that you could join me for the commentary.
For asking.
I was glad to commentate with you. So yeah, thanks chat and Speed Gaming for watching, and you guys have a great day/night.
Have a good night.